Good afternoon. I just wanted to jump on here and share with you the one thing that you can do that will bring more time to your day, whether it's your personal life, your professional life, well, honestly, for both. Because I don't know about you, most of the people that I work with, most of the clients that I work with currently and in the past, and I was there at one point, always felt like there just was not enough time in the day. If I could just have a few more hours, 24 hours just did not seem like enough. Could never seem to get my to-do list done, there was always more. Or maybe I felt like I needed to be working more. Or if I worked more, then things at home could be crazy and chaotic or a disaster. That's often what clients will bring to me is there's this level of overwhelm, this level of stress because they don't know how to balance everything that's going on in their life. Again, whether it's work, whether it's professional, whether it's personal, whether they're single or have a family, no matter how many things that they're juggling, there is this sense of overwhelm and stress. So what is that? Well, one thing that if you put it into play in every area of your life can provide you with more time in your day, more time in your life. And that is being intentional. Now, I'm not just talking about setting intentions and somehow everything is going to take care of themselves. I'm talking about setting intentions, being intentional with your thoughts, with your actions, with your communications, being intentional and bringing that into every area of your life. Now, what might that look like? One, what are the priorities in your life? Now, I'm not talking about taking your list, that never-ending to-do list, and prioritizing it. I'm talking about what are the priorities in your life. Is it family? Is it health? Is it travel? Is it a business? Is it a service? What are those priorities? And put them in a list. I would say come up with at least 5. 10's probably better. And I say 10's probably better because the top 3 should be about you. Not about work, not about business, not about family. The top 3 should be about, and I say should. I find that people get the most results from how they want to be living their life, the changes they want to make in their life, when their top priorities are about taking care of themselves. When you put family first, or you put a business first, or you put work first, things get out of balance. So, in being intentional, create a list of priorities, top 3 being about you. And then look at your schedule, look how you're spending your time. Do your priorities get the priority in your schedule? If not, it's time to shift some things, make some changes. So, okay, so that's being intentional with the things that are important to you. Hi, Heather. Another is being intentional with your boundaries, both with the boundaries that you put in place, how you're communicating to those that they affect, and how you follow up or how you respond when your boundaries are being crossed. This can waste so much time because it has you basically running around in circles. So be intentional with your boundaries. Another, don't do things on your list. Don't take action just to be doing something. Again, many of us are not comfortable with free time. We don't know what it's like to fully enjoy and know how to use our free time because we don't have a lot of it, or historically don't have a lot of it, because there's always more to do. So when we do find ourselves with free time, it's not Heather saying thank you for doing this video, because her and I were having a conversation about some of this earlier, which led me to realize how important it was that I get on here and share this with you, because it has come up in additional phone calls, additional conversations with some of the people I was talking to today. So it was relevant for me, for her, and for a lot of others. So I was saying, don't do for the sake of doing. If you find yourself with free time, again, be intentional. Go back to that intention and go back to what you have decided are the priorities in your life. I know I was and have been really uncomfortable if at the end of the day I didn't feel like I contributed, if I didn't feel like I had produced, if I didn't check things off my to-do list, I felt unworthy. I felt, well, I didn't provide value. I didn't offer anything to the world. I beat myself up for it. And what I've discovered in my own healing journey over the last few years is my body and being, who I am as a whole being, is asking me to be more intentional, to spend more time, develop that relationship with me. Less about doing, which is all the stuff out here. We think if we can control it and manage it and somehow line things up and set things up, that's how life happens. It starts actually from within us. So taking the time to be with ourselves, to develop that relationship with ourselves, being intentional with ourselves, and then bringing that intention to everything else that we do, in my opinion, my experience, both myself personally and professionally, that's how things start coming together. That's when people start seeing the shifts and the changes. So don't do for the sake of doing. Follow the fun. We are, I would say, I'm comfortable to say this, we're a society that, again, feels like we've got to be working hard. If we're not working hard, then, again, doesn't have as much value. It's not as important. It's not as worthy. It's got to be hard. It's got to be a challenge to it. And at this point, my saying is follow the fun. If it feels fun, if it has you with a smile on your face, feeling excited, if you feel pulled to it, called to do it, that's the direction to go. Whether, again, personal, professional, whether you work for yourself or someone else, following the fun can really help us identify where we may have been stuck, be able to help us move through things that we've been stuck on or blocked. May also help us make changes in our business, changes in our life that really open up the rest of it in really fun and awesome ways. And then, as I mentioned a couple of times, be intentional with being. I'm somebody who, I preached about being. I would talk about meditation. I would talk about self-care, taking time for yourself. And then I would do just enough to get through, just enough to be okay. What I've discovered is the more intentional I am with my priorities, my priority of being one of them, of connecting with me, of being quiet with me, meditating, mindful walking, being creative, painting, writing, spending time in nature. Again, my schedule is opening up in really nice ways. Now, when I say open up in really nice ways, it's opening up to allow myself the time to do these things that are important, but also still allow me the time to work and connect with clients and provide healing services. I mean, as some of you know, I'm doing this offer right now, 100 sessions in 100 days, virtually across the 50 states of the United States. And I have time to do that because by being intentional with my thoughts, with my actions, with my boundaries, with my schedule, I'm realizing I have so much more time. Now, I can tell you, again, from experience, it can be a little uncomfortable when we find ourselves with time, feel a little lost. What do we do with ourselves? And our history, our patterns want us to fill that time. Don't do it. Don't take action just for the sake of action. Use that intention. I'd love to hear what you think. If you've got questions, ask them. If you've got comments, share them here. if you want to know more about being intentional with your time, I'll post some details below about taking part in my 100 sessions in 100 days or getting on a call with me. I'll post those details below. It's been great chatting with you. I'm sending love and health and ease in your transformation until we connect again. Talk to you later. Bye.